The Sandbox is a game designed to challenge your creative muscles. With hundreds of elements, deep combinations, and scenarios involving robots and dinosaurs, it does so pretty well. But at the moment, it's a little more play school than Picasso. The Sandbox comes to Steam from Pixel Studios after having quite a success with the game on the App Store, so it might seem familiar to some of you. Represented by pixels, you're given a handful of elements which all interact with each other in unique but logical ways. Water and soil makes mud. Heat water and it'll turn into steam. When enough steam forms, it'll make clouds and start to rain. There's a logical progression that builds on the core, adding circuits, sensors, trees, animals, and even humans, controlled with a Lemming-style magic powder. Through a number of themed chapters and stages, the game does a great job of teaching you how the elements work, then slowly leaving more and more room for creative, less obvious solutions. For instance, early in the game you have to light a volcano while boiling water. You can simply burn some oil underneath a pillar of rock, then drop some water on top, or set up an electronic heater and a water tank which explodes after being lit. Once you've got to grips with the tools and beaten a few challenges, you can try out your skills in the creative mode, which gives you a blank slate and tells you to create something great. If you're like me, you probably won't have the talent for that. Luckily, there's a huge amount of user-created levels and toys, leading to Little Big Planet levels of creativity and absurdity. Unlike the iPad version, the PC port doesn't have microtransactions. All the elements are available to you through completing levels, and you'll never run out of in-game currency when you have to skip levels or buy hints. Unfortunately, not much else is different. Right now, this doesn't feel like a bespoke PC experience. The UI is woefully low resolution, and the text on a big screen just looks plain ugly. Clicks are your only form of interaction, which can be frustrating when you're flipping between elements and tools, especially as the interaction has a tendency to get stuck, hang, and generally bug out. The developers admit they're using the community to shape development and steer how the final PC version will turn out. They're very active in the forums, responding to every post, and the patches are coming out regularly. But there's no clear end goal for the team. We're not sure what the final release is going to look like, and we don't think they are either. Even with the bugs ironed out, the irritatingly shallow controls make it hard to recommend for $10, even though there is a lot of content here. In a few months we could end up with one of the deepest physics puzzle playgrounds on PC, but we could also find ourselves with this shoddy iPad port. Right now, the Sandbox seems more like a gamble than an investment. We'd recommend leaving this one to mature for a while.